Achieving advanced bodyweight strength isn't going to happen by accident. It requires consistency and addressing areas of weakness. Most people experience slow progress by trying these moves, failing, getting frustrated, or getting injured. The secret to calisthenics strength lies in developing scapular control. I want to teach you how to increase calisthenics strength for vertical plane exercises. For my beginners wanting to improve their overhead strength and stability, get started with pike shoulder taps. Doing these in a pike position is perfect for using proper activation and execution. Set up in an L shape and open the shoulders as much as you can. We're aiming to get into and maintain maximum shoulder flexion. As you alternate sides, you're going to concentrate on shrugging the shoulders up as hard as you can. Keep a smooth, consistent tempo when swapping between sides. A sign of good muscular control is when the hands land softly on the ground. The pike shoulder tap is going to develop strength in the upper traps. This muscle is important for overhead range of motion and scapular stability, especially in handstands. Speaking of handstands, that's our next progression for today. Place the hands as close to the wall as you can manage without arching the lower back. Apply the exact same form cues as before, shrugging up as hard as possible during the set. If the upward rotators and elevators of the scapula aren't strong, the shoulders will not be able to open. Doing shoulder taps in a handstand is ideal for calisthenics. This is because the exercise uses bodyweight loading in a relevant position for our needs. If you're struggling to do these gracefully or for enough volume, reduce the intensity by doing elbow taps until you improve. Let's continue vertical scapular strength with the dip shrug. The mechanics of this is pretty simple. Keeping straight elbows at all times is point number one. Doing this isolates the movement to the shoulder blades without compensation. While keeping the scapula retracted, lower down and elevate the shoulders towards the ears. When rising up, push the shoulders down towards the waist. Of course, because the range of motion is so small, we need to make things harder. Use a dip belt and add weight to stress, stimulate, and force adaptation to the scapular stabilizers. The main muscles working here to depress the scapula are the traps, lats, and pecs. The basic scap pull is an absolute must for anyone serious about calisthenics. This small but important straight arm scapular strength exercise makes a difference for pull-up strength. If you're someone who's feeling weak and non-explosive starting your reps, this is a game changer. Pay attention to how I'm shrugging on the way down and up. Keep that in mind for successful scap pulls. Following my advice from before, add weight to actually get lasting benefits. Go as heavy as you can while controlling through range. To increase vertical scapular control, adding complexity and increased range of motion is useful. The arch active hang is great preparation for full range of motion front lever training. You're going to feel this in the entire posterior chain of the body, the mid-back, the lower back, and definitely the posterior legs. Progressively increase range of motion as you get stronger, with the eventual goal being to pull until the bar smashes into the waist. Don't forget to arch the lower back while forcefully cueing retraction and depression. We're going to finish up by improving scapular strength specifically for horizontal calisthenics exercises. The single arm scap push-up is a humbling exercise to improve protraction strength. Keep the elbow locked straight and only move the scapula into retraction and protraction. It's really tempting to arch and hollow the upper back with scap push-ups. Just move at the scap and you're going to be sweet. If you prefer to be more efficient with your time, 2-arm scap push-ups using a band are a great alternative. Make sure not to rush or mindlessly go through the motions. Most people do scap push-ups too fast and then they wonder why they're not getting stronger. pausing at the peak of protraction is highly recommended and makes a world of difference. If you feel the serratus anterior on the ribcage and the pec minor on the chest, you're doing these correctly. Last but not least, we can't forget about horizontal retraction strength. I'd like to share with you the horizontal scapular pull. This is a very underused and unknown scapular exercise. By now you understand the principles: straight arms combined with a pause in peak scapular retraction for maximum gains. If you're someone who's struggling with setting the scapula, especially in exercises such as front levers, definitely give this a go. Mastering the scapula is the secret to reaching advanced bodyweight strength. If you want to level up your training, visit FitnessFAQs.com to download the #1 online calisthenics programs.